What is the one thing most computers people tell you when you're having issues? Clear your cache and reboot. Now, while this is not a video on technology, this is a video about how we ourselves need to clear our cache and reboot. While we're not computers, we do also collect various stimuli and are exposed to so many different things throughout the days and throughout our lives that it's important to take the time to sort through everything that you've dealt with and really take the time to clear it out and give yourself a fresh perspective. So to say, clearing your cache or cache and rebooting. Now, this can be done through meditation or whatever suits you well, because we are all created differently, and it is really hard to sit down and not think about anything because our minds are constantly going. So I'm going to give you an example of something that happened to me recently where I really had to pull myself out of a situation and clear my cache and reboot. Now, I meditate on a daily basis, at least twice a day, and this is not something that I do for elongated periods of time, but it helps me reboot and gain clarity. But oftentimes things throughout the day happen. So you can have a great meditation in the morning, but then the day hits you and you're all of a sudden going through the motions again. So recently I got a correspondence that kind of bent me out of shape. I felt the heat rising within my body. That's how I react internally to when I get triggered. And I had a moment where I said to myself, okay, I can't respond to this right now. I have to take a moment to deal with this because it is really pissing me off. And so what I did is I took a moment to close my eyes. I started breathing slowly in through my nose and out through my mouth. And I started asking myself a series of what questions. What about this is bothering me? Because the whys are not great. The whys are not helpful. A lot of the time someone asks you why and it pisses you off even more. So ask yourself a series of what questions in those scenarios. When it comes to when you're getting confronted, as I was in the situation now, or also when you're trying to start creating a clearing cache practice for yourself on a daily basis. Start asking yourself, what did I do today that was great? What did I do that could be improved? Different things that you have going on. In this scenario, I asked myself a series of what questions about the specifics of what was bothering me so much till I got to the heart of it. And meanwhile, all throughout, I was breathing. And within a matter of minutes, I got to a point of clarity where I also was able to completely relax and get to a point where I was just breathing and I felt great and I wasn't thinking about anything. And this is also because I practice at this. You're not going to get to this point right away, but just like exercise, you have to get into the habit of doing these things. This is all to say, once I got to that point of clarity and I felt really good, I was able to respond to that correspondence in due time in a completely different place than had I responded from the angry place that I was. Because that angry place that you are, or that place that you are when your cache is full, is not a place that acknowledges all the other aspects of this world and all the other things that people have going on outside of you. Because when your cache is full, you can only handle so much, and you definitely can't handle all the other factors bouncing on in the air. So when you're having those moments, take the time to reflect, give yourself that moment to breathe, and also take time daily, at least 5 minutes to clear your cache. Just breathe. Ask yourself what questions about the thoughts that come up. It's super simple and there's no right or wrong way to do it. The only wrong way to do it is not to take the time to clear your cache and reboot.